Missouri Republicans say they're ready to act on President Biden's executive orders on gun violence. Our Missouri Capitol reporter Emily Manley asked lawmakers their thoughts about restrictions on guns.
Currently in Missouri, there's legislation that's making its way through the General Assembly that would protect Missourians from any federal gun laws. Senate Republicans say that they're willing to have that conversation sooner rather than later to stop the president from taking away guns.
Missouri Republicans are taking concrete steps to push back against government intrusion and these assaults on personal freedom.
After President Joe Biden said the gun violence in the country is an epidemic, some Missouri lawmakers are ready to protect their firearms.
But obviously, when the Biden administration is threatening, Second Amendment, what we believe to hold dearly to, the Second Amendment rights that we hold, that conversation is going to heat up very rapidly.
Biden announced 6 executive actions Thursday, including a red flag legislation states could adopt and restricting homemade weapons known as ghost guns.
At some point in his speech, he said no constitutional right is absolute, which I think is one of the more asinine and egregious comments I've ever heard come out of the mouth of the President of the United States.
Across the aisle, Democrats say they're willing to have a conversation over gun control.
I don't think people, even in my caucus, believe that you shouldn't have a right to defend yourself and that all guns are a horrible thing. But I think you would have to explain to them why assault rifles are readily available.
But believe what's already in state law is enough.
I don't know what other gun, outside of forcing people to be armed, I don't know what more we could do as a state to make it a more gun-friendly state.
And would rather spend time on other things.
Our caucus is more than willing to have a conversation about guns if in fact it's brought up. We'd rather just keep talking about how we're going to fund Medicaid if they don't do it.
Now, the Second Amendment Preservation Act is the legislation here in Missouri. It would protect Missourians from federal gun laws. The bill would also hold police departments liable for up to $50,000 if an officer would violate a person's Second Amendment rights. The bill has been passed out of the House and is waiting to be approved in the Senate. Reporting for our Missouri Capitol Bureau, I'm Emily Manley.